Students of Success, Dr. Mike here. Hey, I wanted to talk to you today about goal setting, about the importance of it when you're talking about short-term and long-term goals. So I want to tell you, explain to you a goal, and when you put a goal out there to people, you put out accountability as well. So I was thinking the other day about my life and about goals and where I want to be, and especially like a year from now. And what is the number one thing that we're all looking for? We're looking for freedom. Looking for freedom, we're also looking for happiness. And I decided that, to be happy in this world, we've got to be able to have a purpose. We've got to be able to be doing what we want to do. So I'm setting a goal today, and I'm going to track this over the next year. And my goal is to have independence and freedom and not be like 99.9% of the population and actually tethered to the place that I live. My goal is to be able to, and my wife and I went and did this yesterday, because I believe that if you can feel things and you can touch them and you can really get into it, into what you want, it becomes more real and allows you to manifest it in an easier manner and in a lot quicker manner. So my goal has always been to live in the South. And it's hard now to just pick up and move, especially with the cost of housing and just overall, especially in Florida. My kids now are in college, and now my second one will actually be going off into graduate school, and they'll be moving to South Carolina, one in Ohio, and the next one will probably be in Georgia or somewhere here within the next year. So my goal is to be able to buy a pool-behind mobile home, and I want to be able to travel the United States at will, anytime I want, and work online from anywhere. Be able to wake up at the beach in Key West, and then maybe wake up some morning in Colorado or in California or up in Alaska or whatever. I want the freedom, and I want to document this to show that if you set goals and you develop your discipline every single day, that you can accomplish it. So of the goal, there are three main areas that I talk about. I always talk about fitness. My fitness goal within the next year is to be able to be under 10% body fat, work out every single day of the week, be in one of the best health situations possible. So whenever I do go to these places and I do go to the beach, and I can walk around like I feel very confident about myself, because I believe that a fit body definitely has a bearing on a fit mind, on a strong mind. Second is career. I've already got my career pretty much laid out. I am mobile. I teach completely online. But what I want to be able to do, or what I will be doing over a year from now, as I am working on my NLP coaching certification, I want to be able to help other people achieve their dreams. That's why I want to be able to document this. So from this day, right now in March, till March of next year, next summer coming into 2025, I want to be able to be 100% free of anything that holds me down and be able to live and travel and do whatever I want. So that would be number 2 in the career area. Number 3, and this is going to be one of my difficult ones, is in relationship, because my wife is not currently mobile. She is a teacher in a school district, so she has to be there every single day. Very toxic environment, and I want to be able to pull my wife out of that and be able to have her teaching online or doing something similar to what I do. She's amazing at what she does, but it's just, I found that in life, to be happy, we've got to have a purpose, and we've got to be able to be doing what we want to do. And if you're in a culture that is just so toxic, that every day is just misery, and you could be as positive as you want, but when you're around people that just drag you down, that are constant bitching and complaining and don't see the good in anything, You gotta eliminate. I just agree. One of my main things is that if you can't change people, they've got to change themselves. And the best thing, the only thing you can do is eliminate those people from your life. And you don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to say anything. You just got to move on. You got to live your dreams. Because the worst thing, when I talk about there's only so many tomorrows, the worst thing that gets me, and it gets me in my heart and my soul, is to think 10, 15, 20 years from now, saying, Mike, you should have taken that chance. You didn't do it. You were scared. You ended up being tethered to your home in the cold weather. There's snow outside right now. We're in mid-March. Tomorrow's the first day of spring, and there's snow on the ground, and it's in the low 30s. I want to be able to just get up and move. So I have got to find her something that she can do that's similar to me, so we can just jump in the truck, pull the trailer, and be able to live anywhere in the United States or travel to Canada that we want to at any point in time. We can visit our kids at all of our colleges where they're at and be able to have a good lifestyle. And then how I do this, the person that I have to become to be able to achieve this, I want to be able to share that with other people so they can have their goals. Developing that high level of discipline in your health, in your career, in your relationship. And don't be sitting there listening to me saying, well, I can't do that. You can do anything that you can imagine, because you would not be able to imagine something if it was not possible. What may seem like a massive goal. I was a business owner for 27 years and I was tied down. I didn't own businesses. The businesses owned me. Until one day I said, I'm done. I will not be owned by this business any longer. I will not be at the mercy of my employees. I will not be held back because of choices that I made. I decided to take 100% full responsibility for my life. I take responsibility for it being 35 degrees outside right now because I put myself in this situation. And whenever we do that, then we're able to make changes. But if we just blame circumstances around us, we can't do anything about it. So I want to be able to weekly update you on a goal, and I am working on building out my entire plan for being able to do this, that I can share with others, hopefully within like 6 months, the progress on daily routines, on what I do, on exercise plans. If I shared with you how I stay in shape and what I do, you wouldn't believe it, because I don't spend a ton of time on this type of stuff. But I am every single day. It is repetition every day. Consistency is the key to success in life. It's not too many people start things. Then they're in, and then they're out, and then they're in, and they're out. We have to be able to put a plan together that we are going to stick with and be consistent with. The same thing with our career. Are you stuck in a job that you think that you're going to be there for 30 years and the only reason you're there is because you're saying, well, someday I'm going to have a retirement? What if someday does not come? What if it's 2 days before your retirement and you die? What if you are 20 years into 30 years and too many people end up passing away after they retire? Why? We have one shot at this life. One. So why not take advantage of the bounty that we have in this country? Nobody is holding you back from achieving anything besides you. So you need to decide, what are the barriers in your life? What are the imaginary things that you have put up that are stopping you from achieving what you want to be? What is stopping you from living your purpose? What's stopping you from living your dream? And I know it's a little bit tougher whenever you have two people involved, but nobody's to say that your dream is the same as mine. Maybe your dream is just to make more money, to have a little more financial freedom. Maybe you enjoy your job. You enjoy people. You enjoy going to the workplace every day. Nothing wrong with that, because that's what you want to do. But don't do it every day because you're trapped and you have to do it. You don't have to have a college education. You don't have to have all these things to be able to go out there and achieve what you want. In some instances, it does help. But the only thing that college really helped me was helping me develop a certain level of discipline. That's why I have a program every morning that I've been consistent with for years. And whenever I can go through and check these things off every morning, it builds the discipline to be able to achieve any goal. If I hadn't worked on those disciplines on a daily basis, this goal would not even be a possibility. I wouldn't even be believing. I believe now that I can have, be, and do anything in life that I want. And I refuse to allow any person on this earth to hold me back from being everything that I want to be. I will do it. You have to have this I will do it mentality. You have to, 99.9% of it is all your mindset. You've got to have that correct mindset. And I want to be able to show you what I do. I'm not making things up. I want to be able to show you who I have become to be able to do these things. You can't do the exact same things as me, but we can work together at some point in time to be able to develop that mindset, to put together goals, to break them down, put them into chunks, develop a plan, have consistency, build that discipline, and then increase your physical fitness. Nobody will be able to convince me that your physical fitness does not have something to do with your career and with your relationships. It's not possible. You cannot be overweight and unhappy with yourself physically and do as well as you possibly can in your career, or feel good in any type of a relationship with friends, with family, with your significant other, with any of those things. It's just not possible. You have to live at the highest level on each one of those areas. The greatest health and no money, terrible career, and no relationships is useless. Having all the money in the world but being so sick and unhealthy is useless. Same thing with, you can have all the relationships in the world, but if you can't afford to take care of your family, you can't afford to take care of the bills and be able to provide, it's all worthless. We're going to develop a plan to be able to maximize each one of these areas. And I will be showing you this, how I do it. And if you want to follow along with it, great. If you don't want to follow along with it, great. It doesn't mean anything to me other than wanting to be able to share what I do, to be able to get to it. And you're going to see that when I've set this goal today, the progress over the coming year and how I did it and how I'm saying this publicly to be able to hold myself accountable to everybody. More so to myself, because holding myself accountable is a sense of pride, and that pride leads to a sense of happiness, and that is what we're here for. And to be able to make a difference and to be able to be all that we can be, because as I always say, there are only so many tomorrows. If you knew that today was your last day and tomorrow wasn't going to come, have you been doing the things that you wanted to do? Because we can't say in 20 years, this is what I want to do. We've got to make a plan today to be able to do it. And I'm telling you, it's not as hard as what you think, because 99.9% of the people out there are too scared to take the risk, to take the jump, to go for that opportunity. But I can tell you, they will criticize you. But know that those criticisms are mostly all, people only criticize the things that they've given up on. So if they're criticizing you about their health, they've probably given up on their health. No fit, healthy person comes around and criticizes you for being fit and healthy. Nobody with a great career, making money, criticizes you for having a great career or money. Nobody with great relationships comes along and criticizes you for having great relationships. Think about that. So don't allow these other people to hold you back, because the only people that are criticizing you or saying negative things about you are people that have probably given up in those areas of their life. So what am I trying to say overall? You have the opportunity right now in your life to be, have, and do anything that you possibly want to. But we got to create a plan. We got to decide who we want to be, who we have to become to be able to achieve this. And you can do anything that you believe you can do. You can change your identity through your beliefs, through your actions. I know you can do it, and hopefully you come along with the journey with me as we progress through this. So remember, there's only so many tomorrows. So go out there and design and live your best life today. Take care, guys.